Hi, welcome to Happy Panky. I'm Sherry and I will be your host today. I am not cooking today, but I am enjoying this uh, weaved wheat. It's a Triscuit look-alike. It's from Whole Foods and it's baked without oil, so it's very low fat. But I am enjoying this along with five others that are doused in oil with some Italian seasoning and garlic powder. And they're amazing. So, I bet you're wondering why I'm talking with food in my mouth, first of all. Because I'm not a lady. I bet you're wondering how I can have Triscuit lookalikes doused in oil. Well, by using coconut oil. Oh, I love it. It's amazing. I think some of you probably have heard, maybe most of you have heard about coconut oil. And you've been told that it is safe to eat. It's safe, it doesn't affect your pancreas at all. Eat it, enjoy it, it's good for you. I am here to almost second that motion. I do have to tell you that a portion of it does activate your pancreas, so please be careful. I'm going to explain that in a minute after I have a sip of coffee to wash down that. Okay. Um, so here's the thing. When I first got pancreatitis, I was told by my doctor that I should have some coconut oil to put weight on because it doesn't affect your pancreas and it'll be a good way to gain weight. Well, there's actually two things wrong with that. The first thing wrong with that is that it does activate your pancreas. A portion of it does. And it really doesn't put on weight like a fat. It puts on weight with calories, and that's a great thing. And I do eat it now for calories. But the almost myth that it doesn't affect your pancreas needs to be corrected. Because when my doctor told me that, I went out and I went crazy with coconut oil. I said, oh my God, I can have icing. I can make frozen chocolate chips. I went nuts. And I had coconut oil and coconut oil and coconut oil. And guess what? I had extreme pain repetitively. So I stopped using it, and then I tried it again, and it hurt again, and then I stopped, and then I tried again, and it hurt again, and it didn't make sense because there were some people in pancreatitis sites that said that they would have a tablespoon a day to help them gain weight, and it didn't affect them at all. So why was it affecting me if it wasn't supposed to affect the pancreas? Then I continually researched because gosh darn it, if there's an oil that I could have that wasn't going to affect my pancreas, I was going to have it. So I did research and research and research, and I came across an article by Dr. Mercola, Mercola, I believe, who explained that coconut oil was mostly medium chain triglycerides. And that sent me on another hunt. What percentage of coconut oil is MCT, medium chain triglycerides? Because that is the part that doesn't affect your pancreas. Fatty acids are made up of carbon atoms, chains, circles of carbon atoms. And if you have 6 to 12 carbon atoms together, then you have a medium chain fatty acid. Long chain fatty acids are anywhere from 14 to 20. Jeez, my screen isn't that. 14 to 24 carbon atoms. So long chain fatty acids are harder to break down on the body, and they require pancreatic enzymes to break them down so they can convert into energy and go into your body the way they're supposed to go. Medium chain fatty acids are already broke down. So by the time they hit your saliva and by the time they get to your gastric acid, they don't need your pancreatic enzymes. So MCTs are pretty much just digested like a carb. But coconut oil is not made up of just MCTs. All fats have a portion of long chain triglycerides or long chain fatty acids, medium chain fatty acids, and small chain fatty acids. Coconut oil, this is coconut oil. Coconut oil is made up of 64% medium chain fatty acids. So you've got a third of this oil that is not digested like a carb, it's digested like a fat. So that's why it was getting me, because I was just going to town on it. Didn't take into consideration that a portion of it was fat that would activate my pancreas. So I'm here today to teach you how to eat this safely, so you can have a couple tablespoons a day without it affecting you. I have at least 1 tablespoon a day. Now that I know how to eat it, I can have at least 1 tablespoon a day. I usually do probably 2 on average, never more than 3. I got this. This is the book. This was my answer. I don't know if you can see it because the sun's shining on the book. It's called Coconut Oil Miracle, and it's written by Bruce Fife, who is a certified nutritionist and a naturopath doctor. And where was I going with that thought? He talks in the book about the health benefits of coconut oil, and if he says somewhere in there, if you have more than 3 tablespoons a day, then it could turn into like a medicinal type of oil. So it could act like a medicine, and I don't want that. Maybe it'll do good, maybe it won't. I don't know. But I limit myself to no more than 3 tablespoons. But on average, I have 2. And they don't affect me because I do it right. So, like I said, coconut oil, 1/3 of this jug here, 1/3 of this jug, is a fat that will affect your pancreas. So when I eat coconut oil, I count 1 tablespoon as 5 grams of fat. According to the label, it's 14 grams of fat per tablespoon. So I divide that by 3 and round it to 5. So I consider, when I'm counting my fat grams, I consider 1 tablespoon 5 grams of fat. And so if I'm eating a meal, which I usually limit my meals to 10 grams of fat, I will put a tablespoon of coconut oil and then maybe 1 or 2 nuts that will total my fat out to 10 grams. And then that's it. The rest is going to be fat-free food inside my meal. And I do great with that. So another oil that is MCT. MCT is what you're looking for. So another even lower fat for your pancreas comes from coconut. MCT oil is only in tropical fruit or tropical nuts. Basically, it's in coconuts and palms. That's it. That's the only place you can find MCT oil. Well, as of yet, till they discover something else. But that's the only places you can find it. So don't think that any other fat that you have is safe for your pancreas. Coconut oil, palm oil has less MCT than coconut oil. So just coconut oil is where to go. This is liquid coconut oil. And it's amazing for cooking. It takes the place of my olive oil and everything. I still, and I do want to make this note, coconut oil is great, but I never get rid of one thing and replace it with another. I always, a little bit of everything is how I believe health should work. So I still, even though the majority of my cooking is with coconut oil, sometimes if I can afford it, I'll put a little bit of olive oil in. Like if I'm making a pot of pasta for the family, I can put a tablespoon of olive oil. That's still a whole 15 grams that affects the pancreas, but I'm splitting it between 3 people, so I'm still only getting 5 grams, and I'm getting the benefits of olive oil, a different kind of oil. So that was just a side note. So liquid coconut oil. It's by Nature's Way. This is the only brand that I've found that contains all of the oils with a higher MCT count. All of the oils of coconut oil, which is lauric, capric, and caprylic acids. So this is 93% MCT oil. So again, it's 14 grams of fat. And I figured the other day I did the math on it, and it's approximately 1 gram of fat that's going to affect your pancreas with 1 tablespoon of this oil. So, you know, I just 1 to 2 tablespoons in whatever I'm doing, and I'm good. It's like 2 grams of fat. It's awesome. I love this stuff. And I also want to let you know it's available at Whole Foods for $29.99 if you have one by you. You can also look online. There's always deals online. I got this and another one. I got 2 bottles for $40. These are 20 ounces from an online store. And I believe it's still that. I think that's the standard price. And there was no shipping if I had an order over 30 or 40. So when I find that site, I'll update my notes below so that you know where to go. To save some money. $30 for a bottle if you go to Whole Foods. Come on now. If I can get it sent to my door for $10 less. So that's how you count the fat in coconut oil that's going to affect your pancreas. Don't think that this is not going to affect you at all. There's a gram of fat here. And if you can only handle a gram of fat, you know, that's important to know, especially with coconut. This is the one that got me, the regular coconut oil, because there's 5 grams of fat per tablespoon. I was eating like tablespoons. Because, you know, they said I could have fat. You can deep fry with this if you would like to. So if you're going to use this to deep fry, I just want to let you know how to count the fat, because who knows how much fat is getting soaked into your foods. The way I do it is I will measure how much coconut oil I'm putting into the pan, and then I deep fry my food. And I measure how much coconut oil is left. I'll pour it into a measuring cup and measure it. So, you know, take the first number, subtract the second number, and that's how much oil you used. And then divide that between the amount of servings that you made, and you should have a basic amount of fat between each serving. This is virgin coconut oil, and it's pretty much safe up to 350 degrees. Once you go over 350 degrees, then it's subject to it's more vulnerable to oxidation and free radical formation. So if you're going to go over 350 degrees, then refined coconut oil might be what you want. Refined coconut oil has some processing in it though, and they use chemicals to make it this way. So, you know, you just kind of take one or the other. Either you have free radicals and you use the virgin coconut, or you don't and you use the refined and have a little bit of chemical. Or you just cook at 350 degrees or lower. That's what I usually do. What else did I want to tell you? So much. There's so much to say about coconut oil. Oh, the gaining weight part. Coconut oil, because it's a medium chain fatty acid, doesn't store on your body like regular fat. Regular fat, when you eat it, stores into your body. Coconut oil tends to, instead of create fat, it creates energy, and it burns like a carb. You know how sugars work. You take them in, you burn them off. That's how coconut oil works, MCT oil. That's how MCT oil works. So when you're taking this, you know, I know we want to gain weight. We all do. And, you know, people that don't have pancreatitis that are watching this are like, what do you mean you want to gain weight? Well, when you have chronic pancreatitis, you're losing weight because you're not eating. But coconut oil is not, it's not really going to put fat on you. It's not going to do what normal fat would, but it does give you the calories. So it's still good to try to gain weight with, because you've got 120 calories in 1 tablespoon. That's awesome. So even if you add, you know, I haven't tried it yet. I want to try it, and I haven't done it, and I should. But I've heard of people putting coconut oil in their coffee. That's 120 calories you weren't going to have. So heck yeah, you know, calories put weight on you just like fat does. And that's the main purpose behind fat is the calories. But yeah, because it doesn't turn into fat, typically it tends not to turn into fat. Um, and because it creates energy, it's huge in the workout group, in the workout field. There's a better term for it, but I can't think of it right now, but it's huge out there. And you can go into any health food store, not any, but most of them, and they will have bottles of MCT oil. It's 100% MCT. So that means it 100% should not affect your pancreas like a fat. It'll affect it like a carb. But here's my thought on that. I don't have one to show you because I don't buy that. I did go to a health food store and I checked out a couple of them, and most of them have chemicals in them, flavorings, additives, natural flavors. Who knows what natural flavors or chemical flavors? Or they have something to make it smell pretty. Who knows? They just, they add stuff to it. So I would rather have 1 gram of fat and eat something or cook with something that that is more natural than just MCT oil. And that's the other thing. It just says MCT oil, so we don't know which oils are in there. And according to the book that I read, most MCT oils do not contain the lauric acid, which 48% of the MCT oil in coconut oil is lauric acid. So, and that is where Bruce Fife says that most of the nutrients are where he believes a lot of the health benefits are coming from is from the lauric acid, and this has lauric acid in it. According to him, most MCT oils, 100% MCT oils don't. So I don't have one of those to show you, but they are there, and if that's what you would like to use and not have to count fat at all, or if you can't have any fat at all at this point, then maybe that's a good option for you. It's something to look at. But I think that's all I have to tell you on coconut oil right now. Oh, and if you are watching this and you do not have chronic pancreatitis and you want to lose weight, guess what? Coconut oil actually is good for that too, because it doesn't store on you as fat. It will give you the calories, but it doesn't stick to you. You burn it right off. So it's kind of good for everybody, really. Oh, and that's what I wanted to say also. There's so much, I could just go on and on. The saturated fat, when you pick this up, you're going to see that 12 grams of this coconut oil of the 14 grams is saturated fat. According to this book, because it is a MCT and not a long chain triglyceride, it doesn't act like a saturated long chain triglyceride, and it's safe and has so many benefits. That's according to Bruce. According to me, it gives me some calories, it tastes great, and I can still fry some food. The end. So that is all I have to say. I'm stopping now. I'm not giving you any more information on coconut oil today. If you liked this, you can subscribe to my channel. I will be doing more informational videos, and as always, I will be doing cooking videos. I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.